My wife messaged, "In a meeting now, can't talk." My calm response was, "Interesting." Then I sent her a photo of myself sitting in the bar across from her meeting. She was on a date. When she looked up and saw the flash from my camera, original post I-35 male, "I'm sitting in my car right now, hands still shaking a bit. This literally happened 2 hours ago and I need to get it out somewhere before I lose my mind. My wife, 33, and I have been married for 7 years. No kids, both work demanding jobs. She's in pharmaceutical sales, I'm in software development. Lately she'd been having a lot of evening client meetings and team dinners, like maybe 3 times a week for the past 2 months. Tonight she texted at 5:47 p.m. "In a meeting now, can't talk, will be home late. Love you." Standard message. I'd gotten variations of it dozens of times. Except today, my buddy from college is in town for a conference. He'd texted me earlier, asking if I wanted to grab drinks at this upscale bar downtown. The same bar that happens to be near my wife's office. I got there around 6:15 p.m. Found a spot at the actual bar, ordered a beer. Was texting my buddy when I saw her, my wife, walking in with some dude in an expensive suit. They sat at a corner booth. Intimate. She was laughing at something he said, touching his arm. The body language wasn't client meeting. It was date night. I watched for maybe 5 minutes. The way she leaned in, how he reached across the table to hold her hand. My wife looking around nervously, like she was afraid of being seen. So I did something impulsive. Opened my camera, switched off the flash, I'm not an idiot, and took a photo. Clear shot of them holding hands across the table, her wedding ring visible. Then I sent it to her. My message, "Interesting meeting you're having." I watched her phone light up on the table. She glanced at it, still smiling. Then her face went completely white. She grabbed her phone, stared at the screen. Her head whipped around the bar. Our eyes met. The look on her face, pure panic. She said something to the guy, who looked confused. Grabbed her purse, started walking toward me. I didn't wait. Put cash on the bar, walked out. Got in my car and drove home. She called 6 times before I got there. Didn't answer. Sat in our driveway for 20 minutes trying to figure out what to do next. Finally went inside. Changed the code on the garage door opener from my phone. Smart home systems are useful. Started moving her stuff from our bedroom to the guest room. She got home around 8 p.m. Couldn't get the garage to open. Came through the front door. "Baby, let me explain." I was in the kitchen, weirdly calm. "Explain what?" "Your client meeting." "It's not what it looked like." "Really? Because it looked like you were on a date with another dude, holding hands, in public." "He's just a colleague. We were discussing a potential deal." I pulled out my phone, showed her the photo. "This is how you close pharmaceutical deals now? Interesting technique." She started crying. "Okay, fine. Yes, we've been seeing each other. But it's not serious. It's just, I don't know, excitement? I still love you." "How long?" "What?" "How long?" She hesitated. 3 months. 3 months of meetings, of me being the understanding husband, of her coming home late smelling like cologne that wasn't mine. "Get out." "What?" "Guest room, now. I need to think. This is my house too. And you just admitted to screwing around on me for 3 months. Guest room or I call a locksmith right now." She went, crying the whole way. I locked our bedroom door, sat on the bed, and just sat there. Texted my buddy, "Rain check on drinks, family emergency." His response, "Everything okay? Not even a little bit." So yeah, that's where I am. My wife's in the guest room, alternating between crying and sending me texts about how sorry she is. I'm researching divorce lawyers. Any advice appreciated, I know what I'm doing. Update 1, 4 days later. Wow. Did not expect that response. Thanks for all the messages and advice. Also, some of you need to chill with the revenge suggestions. I'm not setting anyone's car on fire. Update on the situation. That night I ended up sleeping maybe 2 hours. Spent most of it looking at our bank statements on my laptop. Found some interesting patterns. Charges at restaurants I'd never been to. A hotel room 3 weeks ago when she said she was at a regional conference in the next state. We live in a border area. She was supposedly just 2 hours away. Small purchases at lingerie stores. The paper trail was all there. I'd just been too trusting to look. Morning after the bar incident, she tried to come into our bedroom around 7 a.m. I'd locked it. She knocked. "We need to talk." "Nope, you can't just lock me out of our bedroom. Watch me." I could hear her standing there. Then, I ended it with him. Last night, it's over. Can we please try to fix this? Through the door? Really? She started crying again. I made a mistake, a huge mistake, but 7 years, doesn't that mean anything? I opened the door. She looked rough. No makeup, eyes puffy, still in yesterday's clothes. It meant everything, I said. Past tense. You chose some random sales guy over our marriage, for 3 months. It didn't mean anything. Then why'd you do it? She had no answer. Classic. Here's what's happening, I said. You're staying in the guest room. We're getting divorced. I've already contacted 3 lawyers for consultations. You should probably do the same. You're not even gonna try? For us? There is no us anymore? You killed that. I was going to end it, I swear. This week I was going to tell him we couldn't keep doing this. Cool story. Doesn't change anything. I went to work. Couldn't concentrate worth a damn, but at least I wasn't home. My coworker noticed I was off, asked if everything was okay, gave him the basic story. He immediately recommended his cousin, who's a divorce attorney. Texted me her contact info. Called her during lunch. Attorney's name doesn't matter, but she was sharp. Asked good questions, told me some hard truths. Look, she said, you caught her cheating. You have proof. That's good. But this isn't a fault state for divorce. The affair doesn't automatically mean you get everything. What do you mean? Means the house, the savings, the retirement accounts? They're all marital assets. You'll probably have to split them 50-50 regardless of her affair. My stomach dropped. So she cheats and still gets half of everything? Welcome to modern divorce law. I know it sucks. That's insane. It's the system. We can potentially argue for a slightly favorable split based on marital waste if we can prove she spent marital funds on the affair, but don't expect much. Best case? Maybe 55-45 in your favor. This wasn't what I wanted to hear. What about alimony? You both work. She makes decent money in pharma sales, right? Probably no alimony either way. So she faces 0 consequences? Legally, the consequence is the marriage ending. That's pretty much it. Court doesn't care about feelings or morality, just assets and obligations. I hung up feeling sick. Hired her anyway because she was at least honest about it. Got home that evening. My wife was in the kitchen cooking, acting like everything was normal. Making your favorite. Thought we could talk over dinner? Not hungry. Please. 5 minutes. Against my better judgment, I sat down. She put a plate in front of me, lasagna, the kind she makes for special occasions. I told him it's over, she said. Completely. Blocked his number, blocked him on everything. Good for you. I want to fight for us, for our marriage. There's nothing to fight for. 7 years and you're just done? Just like that? Just like that? You've been sleeping with someone else for 3 months? You think I can just get over that? People work through affairs all the time. Good for them. I'm not people. She started crying. Again, I was getting real tired of the tears. I'll do anything. Therapy, counseling, whatever you want. I want you to sign divorce papers when they come. You haven't even filed yet. There's still time to. I'm filing Monday. Her face hardened. The tears stopped. Fine. You want to throw away 7 years? Fine. But don't expect me to make this easy. What's that supposed to mean? It means I'm getting a lawyer too. And I'm not just walking away with nothing. You cheated. And we live in a no-fault state. Cheating doesn't matter. I'm entitled to half of everything. There it was, the entitlement. She really thought she deserved half after betraying me. We'll see what the court says. The court will say I get half the house, half the savings, half your retirement. My lawyer's gonna make sure of it. She walked away. Left me sitting there with untouched lasagna. This is going to get ugly. Update 2. 3 weeks later. Okay, strap in because things have gotten significantly worse. Filed for divorce 2 weeks ago. My attorney was right about everything. This isn't going to be the clean break I wanted. First hearing was last week. Temporary orders. The judge was this older woman who looked bored with the whole thing. My wife showed up with her attorney, this aggressive guy in an expensive suit. Her affair partner probably helped pay for him. Her lawyer immediately went on the offensive. Your Honor, my client has been effectively kicked out of the marital bedroom and is being financially controlled by her spouse. My attorney countered. My client discovered his wife was having an affair. He asked for space to process that betrayal. She still lives in the marital home. The judge didn't care. Both parties will have equal access to all areas of the home until the divorce is finalized or someone moves out. If that's uncomfortable, one of you should find alternative housing. Great. So now she had full run of the house again. Then came the financial stuff. Joint bank accounts were frozen pending final division. Credit cards I'd been paying off, including ones she used for her affair, were to be paid from marital funds. The judge basically said everything stays status quo until trial. What about proof of the affair? My attorney asked. The expenditures on marital funds for... This is a no-fault divorce, the judge interrupted. The affair is irrelevant to asset division unless you can prove significant dissipation of marital assets. My wife's lawyer smirked, like actually smirked. After the hearing, she approached me in the parking lot. Her lawyer was right behind her. Told you, she said, you're going to give me half of everything whether you like it or not. We'll see. No, you'll see. That house you're so proud of? Half mine. Your retirement account? Half mine. The savings account you thought I didn't know about? Half mine. You don't know about any. Your account at that credit union? The one you opened after we got married with the balance of around $23,000? Yeah, I found the statements. Marital property. My lawyer's demanding full disclosure of all accounts. My stomach dropped. That account was supposed to be my emergency fund. Money I'd saved separately. How did you? I'm not an idiot. I started digging the second you said divorce. Found lots of interesting stuff going through the house while you were at work. Her lawyer put his hand on her shoulder. My client is entitled to full financial discovery. We'll be subpoenaing all banking records, investment accounts, everything. Any attempt to hide assets will be looked at very unfavorably by the court. They left. I stood there feeling like I'd been punched in the gut. My attorney caught up to me. Don't worry about them, empty threats. She found my separate account. Doesn't matter, it was opened during the marriage. It's marital property regardless of whose name is on it. So I really am going to lose half of everything. She gave me this sympathetic look. Yeah, probably, unless we can prove she dissipated significant marital assets on the affair. And even then, we're talking maybe recovering a few $1,000s at most. This is insane. This is divorce. Back home, my wife was already there. In the living room, on the couch, our couch, like she owned the place. Have a nice talk with your lawyer? She asked. What do you want? Just wanted to let you know I'm planning to exercise my right to the master bedroom. Per the judge's order, I have equal access. Are you serious? Dead serious. Either we share it or you can take the guest room. I'm not sharing a bed with you. She shrugged. Guest room's pretty comfortable actually. I've been sleeping there for weeks. This was a power move. Pure spite. Fine, take the bedroom. I grabbed my stuff, moved to the guest room. She watched the whole time with this satisfied smile. Then her affair partner made his move. Got a message on social media 3 days ago from an account I didn't recognize. Turned out to be him. Hey man, I know things are messy right now. Just wanted to reach out and clear the air. What happened between me and your wife was mutual. She pursued me just as much as I pursued her. No hard feelings? No hard feelings. This dude helped destroy my marriage and wanted no hard feelings. I screenshot the message, sent it to my attorney. Can we use this? Maybe. Depends. Did you respond? Not yet. Don't, let him keep talking. So I didn't respond and he kept messaging. Look, I get you're upset, but she wasn't happy in the marriage. She told me, you were always working, never home, didn't appreciate her. She needed someone who would actually pay attention to her. Now he was justifying the affair, blaming me. Actually, here's the thing. We're still seeing each other, just so you know. She said you'd probably find out eventually anyway. We're waiting until the divorce is done to make it official, but yeah, we're together. Screenshots of everything went to my attorney. Her response, holy crap. This is actually helpful, shows ongoing relationship and potential alienation of affection. It's a long shot, but we might be able to use this. Alienation of affection? Some states allow you to sue a third party for destroying your marriage. Unfortunately, yours isn't one of them, but it does show a pattern of behavior and might help with the narrative in court. Might help. Maybe. Potentially. Everything was maybes. My wife came home late last night. I was in the guest room with the door locked. Heard her stumbling around, giggling. She wasn't alone. She brought him to our house, the affair partner. At 11 p.m. on a Tuesday, I heard them in the living room, talking, laughing. Then it got quiet. I put headphones in, turned music up loud, did not want to hear whatever was happening out there. This morning they were both gone. But there was evidence. Coffee cups, a men's watch on the kitchen counter. The deliberate cruelty of it. Called my attorney. She's bringing the affair partner to the house. That's actually good for us. How is that good? Shows she's rubbing your face in it. Judge might not like that. It's one thing to have an affair, another to flaunt it in the marital home while divorce proceedings are ongoing. Get proof if you can. Photos, videos, witnesses. I'm not sitting around collecting evidence while I know it's hard, but if you want any advantage in this case, we need to show a pattern of deliberately cruel behavior. It might not get you more assets, but it might prevent her from getting things like your personal items or family heirlooms. Family heirlooms. Right? My grandmother's vintage record collection was in the living room. The guitar my dad gave me before he died. A signed first edition book collection I'd been building since college. She can't take those things, right? They're mine. Anything acquired during the marriage is potentially marital property. Unless you can prove they were gifts to you specifically, or inherited solely by you with documentation, she can make a claim. I wanted to throw my phone across the room. Instead, I started documenting. Took photos of the watch on the counter, the 2 coffee cups, noted the date and time, started a log of every time she brought him over. Because apparently, that's what it takes. Final update. 2 months later, trial date was set for last Tuesday. 7 years of marriage coming down to a 3-hour court session. My wife showed up with her affair partner, not as her lawyer, just sitting in the gallery. The audacity was breathtaking. My attorney noticed immediately. Bold choice bringing her boyfriend to divorce court. The proceedings were weird, not like TV. Just 2 lawyers presenting financial documents and arguing over asset division while a judge took notes. My attorney made our case, presented the timeline of the affair, the expenditures on hotels and restaurants, the messages from the affair partner admitting to the ongoing relationship, photos of him at our house during the separation period. Her attorney countered with the no-fault statutes. Your Honor, while my client's behavior may be morally questionable, the law is clear. This is a no-fault state. Marital assets are to be divided equitably. The judge agreed. The affair is noted but doesn't substantially impact asset division. Round 1 to her. Then came the specific assets. The house was the big one, bought 3 years into the marriage, worth about $480,000. Still owed $290,000. Her attorney, my client, requests the court award her the marital home. She's established residence there and wishes to continue living there. My attorney, Your Honor, my client has been effectively forced out of the master bedroom by his wife, who has been conducting her ongoing affair in the marital home. He's been living in the guest room while she and her paramour use the master bedroom. The judge looked at my wife. Is this accurate? Her lawyer jumped in. Your Honor, my client exercised her right to equal access of the marital home per your temporary order. That's not what I asked. My wife shifted. I've been seeing someone. Yes, but only after my husband locked me out of our bedroom and made me feel unwelcome in my own home. The judge didn't look impressed. The home will be sold, proceeds split 50-50 after mortgage payoff. Neither of us got the house. At least that was fair. Retirement accounts, split 50-50. My wife would get about $67,000 from my 401k. I'd get about $23,000 from her smaller retirement account. Savings accounts, split 50-50. Including my secret account. Personal property. Each keeps what was clearly theirs before marriage. Marital purchases split based on who wants what. What about items of sentimental value? My attorney asked. The judge looked at the list we'd submitted. These items your client claims are his, the record collection, the guitar, the books. Were they purchased during the marriage? The guitar was a gift from his late father. Do you have documentation? A will? A gift letter? I didn't. It had been an informal gift when I graduated college, before the marriage. Her attorney, my client, believes these items were household property shared by both parties. She listened to those records. She appreciated the books. She has as much right to them as he does. The judge split them. I got the guitar and half the books. She got the records and the other half of the books. I felt sick. Total financial outcome. I got about $95,000 from the house sale. After splitting the equity, lost $67,000 from my 401k to her, kept my car, split the savings accounts, lost my grandmother's record collection. She got $95,000 from the house, $67,000 from my 401k, her car, the records, half my book collection. Net result, we each walked away with roughly $150,000 in liquid assets, plus our respective vehicles. 7 years of marriage. She cheated for 3 months, and she got exactly the same amount as me. My attorney tried to console me after. I know this isn't what you wanted. She got half of everything, after what she did. That's how it works, I'm sorry. Outside the courtroom, my wife was all smiles. Her affair partner had his arm around her. He actually nodded at me, like we were friends. She said, "Thanks for being reasonable about this." Reasonable. I'd lost half my retirement, my grandmother's records, and 7 years of my life. Hope it was worth it, I said. Actually, yeah, it was. They walked away. He opened the car door for her. My ex-wife laughed at something he said. I stood there in the parking lot for a while. Just processing. My attorney left, said to call if I needed anything. Drove home to my temporary apartment, not the house we'd sold last month. Small 1-bedroom, cheap furniture, starting over at 35. The affair partner sent me one last message that evening. No hard feelings, right? Sometimes people just grow apart. She's happy now. You should be happy for her. I blocked the number. Then I poured a drink and sat on my couch. The finality of it all just hit me. She cheated, brought the guy to our house, rubbed it in my face, and legally, she faced 0 consequences. Got half of everything, walked away with her affair partner, and was probably celebrating right now. The justice system doesn't care about betrayal, doesn't care about lies or broken vows, just about equitable division of assets. Here's what nobody tells you about divorce. You don't get closure, you don't get justice, you don't get the satisfaction of the cheater ending up alone or broke or miserable. Sometimes they just win. They get to destroy your marriage, take half your stuff, and walk away smiling. I'm not doing great, honestly. Therapy helps. My friends have been supportive, my brother lets me vent when I need to, but I wake up some mornings and still reach for someone who's not there. Then I remember why she's not there, and that she's probably waking up next to him. Work is keeping me busy. Started a new project that requires a lot of overtime. It's a good distraction. Still haven't touched the books I got in the split. They're in boxes in my closet. Looking at them just reminds me of what I lost. Last week I drove past our old house, new family moving in, kids playing in the yard. It looked normal, like our whole marriage had been erased. Maybe that's for the best. People keep asking if I regret catching her, if I wish I just stayed ignorant. Honestly, I don't know anymore. On one hand, at least I know the truth, not living a lie. On the other hand, I'm 35, half my savings gone, starting completely over while she gets to ride off into the sunset with her affair partner and my grandmother's records. No satisfying ending here. No grand revenge, no karmic justice. Just the reality that sometimes people betray you, and the system rewards them for it. Moving forward is hard. Learning to trust again feels impossible. But I guess that's life. If there's any lesson here, it's this. Prenups matter. No-fault divorce laws are brutal for the betrayed spouse, and taking that photo in the bar while it felt powerful in the moment didn't actually change anything in court. The consequences I thought she'd face, they didn't happen. She's fine. Better than fine, probably. And I'm here, in my small apartment, rebuilding. That's it. That's the update. No triumphant victory, no satisfying revenge, just the messy, unfair reality of modern divorce. The affair partner was right about one thing. Sometimes people just grow apart, even if one of them grows apart into someone else's bed.